Hello and welcome to Head and Shoulders, where we cover athletes, performances, and otherwise that are head and shoulders above the rest. And we got to get into a topic today. We have FloTac. Somebody sent me an image of FloTac having a poll, and it was talking about who could win in the 200 or something like that, whatever. And then they didn't include the defending champion. And some of those athletes that they put on the list are quite frankly right there around her time. So it would make sense to put some respect on the defending champion's name. All right, guys. All right. No biases here. No fluff. No bias. No nothing like that. We talk about the problems that Elaine Thompson has on our other videos about her consistency and things like that. This is just a video that is coming here, to put some respect on the name. Because when I saw that, and I'm telling you, when I saw that thing, I'm over here looking like Elaine Thompson looks like in this picture right here. I'm just like, really? You just gonna leave out the defending champion? Did she not just run a 10-7-1 on top of Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce's head on a track that isn't quote unquote fast? Oh, wait a minute. Oops. So you saying she's not ready to defend with the 10-7-1? And she was undefeated for most of the year until the Jamaican Championship? Oops. I mean, we can't put some respect on the name that she's defending champion and she didn't run it in a slow time. She's a 10-7 PR runner and she's near her PR. What is that? 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks when she ran this race ahead of Tokyo, meaning that going through the rounds or whatever, she's going to be a little bit fatigued. But that means she has the ability to run faster. Come on now. Y'all can do better than that. And we all can do better than that. Look, on the previous videos, I didn't cover Elaine Thompson like that as much as maybe I should have covered her. So what I'm going to do right now, and I have covered her, we talked about her inconsistencies, but before we get into the content today, like, comment, let's help this algorithm, pump this thing up and get it out. And also for the people that say, hey, you only covering this thing. Hey, look, I talk well about the men's USA team, the women's sprinters and everything like that. People were not liking, hey, that I said Gabby Thomas can do good things or stuff like that. That means you're only selectively watching these videos that happen to get the most views. Obviously, like, oh, he's only talking about Jamaica. Oh, he's a traitor to the United States. He loves Jamaica. And then on the video where I say they could drop the baton or they might miss the world record. Oh, you hate Jamaica. You're only hating on. I'm like, man, do y'all listen to yourselves talk? It's the same people that comment on this stuff too. Y'all just love to argue. But anyway, if you want me to talk about other topics and stuff, go ahead and like and comment on those videos and give it the views. Play it on a 2x speed in the background or something like that and give it the views, because the distance video that I played today or the shot put or the men's sprint events, they ain't getting as many views, quite frankly. And this one will probably get more views than the other ones. So with that being said, let's get into the topic right now. Look, here's Elaine Thompson right here. I made her bigger. She's the defending champion versus everybody else in the world, her own country women. It don't matter. She is ready to take on each and every single one of them. She over there looking at Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. She calling herself Mama Rocket. Well, Elaine Thompson's like, all right, Mighty Mike, I got you. She's looking at Dina Asher-Smith, looking at her like, oh, okay, cool. You got Jamaican parents and stuff like that? Oh, okay, cool. How did that help you with your what? You haven't broken 10-8 yet? Oh, okay. Nothing to worry about. Talu, all right, you about Mighty Mike number 2. You're 1 inch taller? Cool. That's nice. Oh, you what? You think you can win gold? Oh, okay, cool. You might have gotten me the last time. I had food poisoning, but I got you. Oh, Gabby Thomas? Oh, can you reproduce that time again? Maybe that was a one-off trick that you had. Can you do it? This is what Elaine Thompson's doing. We got to hype this stuff up. Come on now. Because some of y'all going to get real offended, like for real. Like, come on. None of these people know any of us. But look, then she's looking at Jenna Prandini. And she's just over there like, all right, Prandini, I ain't got no words for you. I'm just gonna, you're there. Shanae Miller-Uibo, you know what? I think you should stick to your 400. You might do a little bit better by going to the 400 meter dash. Might be a little bit too much for you to, come in here in the 200. Sharika Jackson, you know what? You might have some things there, but you could be a good number 2 or 3 person out here. You can help us get the clean sweep for Jamaica, but you ain't taking me on. That's what she's telling them, every single one of these athletes when she go out there on the line. She might not be verbally saying it, But, she's saying it with every step that she takes because she's ready. She got that 10.71, which is faster than Jackson, faster than the rest of this field right here in the 100, except for Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. But you telling me that she's not ready for a 10.6 with that 10.71 on a quote unquote slow track? Because people say, hey, look, these tracks, they're fast, they're slow, they do all of these times or whatever. Okay, cool. If that's a slow track, as the meet directors themselves said, and you can go listen to the audio as the announcers were saying, hey, the meet director said this is a slow track. Cool. Soft track, slow track, that means there's certain spikes that you wear on soft tracks versus hard tracks. Everybody knows this that are athletes and coaches. So if it's a soft track, okay. That means when she gets to the harder track of the Tokyo Olympics, that means she has the ability to run faster. And she dropped that on the head of Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. That is no mean feat after she has already done that 10.6.3 and the other 10.7.1 at the Jamaican trials. Okay, cool. That means we got that. So let's break this down with Elaine Thompson-Herah. Yeah, we know that she's a little bit inconsistent and stuff like that. We know that, but we're going to focus on the positives here because, man, people are doubting Elaine Thompson. It's as if she doesn't exist because Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce is there. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce isn't going to have an easy path to victory. Now, let's just say that you're like, hey, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce got this. Let's break this down right here. She's got these right here. She's got all of these champions, 100, 100, 100, all of this right here at the World Championships, at the Olympics, whatever, right? Okay, cool. Let's just say it's going to be a little bit tough for Elaine Thompson-Herah to do it. Because if Carmelita Jeter said, and I'm going to cover this in a separate video here, in the future, once I record it, I'm going to lose it in card right here. So everybody remember that, come back here later. And if you're in the future, it's going to be tagged here. That Carmelita Jeter flinched out the blocks. She flinched because Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce came out so hard and like a rocket, like a Usain Bolt, lightning bolt, something that Usain Bolt couldn't do. She came out like that. So maybe that affects Elaine Thompson-Herah when they're next to each other. But if they're not next to each other and she just pops out the blocks, Elaine Thompson got this. She just got to focus on herself. Now, that's going to be her biggest competitor. Shericka Jackson, she's there. As long as she focuses and she don't let Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce start to get to her, she should be good, especially against Shericka Jackson, right? But if that start does get to her, Elaine Thompson might just, unfortunately, she might lose that 100 title. Now, she might still medal. That's still good. I would say that's still very good. But if we talk about titles here, okay, let's pump this up. Let's pump this up. Who else she going against? Marie-Josee Talu? What? She's near her PR at a 10.86? All right, nothing to worry about. Unless Elaine Thompson-Herah just having a horrible race again at the finals and stuff. Well, she ain't got nothing to worry about. I can't see Elaine Thompson-Herah getting another incident of food poisoning again. Like that ain't happening. Another incident where now she could be injured. Now, if she's injured, okay, then she ain't doing anything. But if she don't come up injured, she don't pull out of that 4x1. If she pulls out the 4x1, because they do have some people on standby from what I read from the press release from Jamaica, they have some people on standby where they are shifting around. Because this is what it's going to come down to. Who is running on the 4x1 in the prelims in the semis? Because whoever's doing that, they got a less likely chance. I don't think Elaine Thompson is going to be running on that, or Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. They're the two fastest in the 100, so they should be more well rested. That gives a knock against Shericka Jackson. So that's her next biggest competitor. Knocked her off. That head is gone. Marie-Josee Talu ain't got nothing to worry about. Okabare, she runs herself into a freaking submit. Oh, yeah, I forgot to put her image on this thing. Oh, well. Okabare, she runs herself into submit blocks. I don't know what's going on with her form and stuff. So that's what Elaine Thompson, she's like, Okabare, she ain't got nothing. If Okabare beats me, I'm doing something wrong. That's what Elaine Thompson's thinking to herself. All right, Dina Asher-Smith, all right, you run pretty, but can you run fast? That's what she's thinking. All right, let's go down the list. Okay, nobody else there, nobody else there. Okay, cool. Nobody's really near it. Now let's go here. Now, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, this is going to come to her nerves. If Elaine Thompson could keep her nerves, she got the 100. If she could keep the nerves, she's right there with Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. I am confident that even with some rounds, with how she's looking and everything, even though that 200 wasn't that fast that she won in, she won the 200. It don't matter because they could run a 21-second 200 at the championships. And if she's first, she's first. That's all that matters. A win is a win is a win is a W. Anybody could complain and say, well, I could have beat them. Well, you weren't there. You didn't qualify. So it's a lot of backseat coaches and everything that's there. So with Elaine Thompson, if she keeps her nerve, she can challenge Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, even with her superior, now her improved finishing speed. She's going to have to be right there with her. So let's go to the 200. Even more of a cakewalk. All right. Now, people are saying, oh, Eugene, Oregon, or whatever, can they reproduce the times on the outside? All right. Here's something right here. Look through the last 30 years of athletes on the men and women and realize that that is a farce. That's a myth. That's just like when people say, oh, the Jamaican track is only 96 meters for the 100. It's just different ways that people like to trash talk. And quite frankly, I'm just laughing at this point, and I don't like to feed into it. But here's the final thing. Look on the men and the women's side. They reproduce their times. It's just like people that don't have good races. That happens. So with this being said, Elaine Thompson-Herah hasn't broken 22 seconds. All right. To me, that ain't nothing to worry about. That ain't nothing to worry about. She looks okay. She looks okay. She might have wanted to run a little bit faster. You saw it on her face that she was disappointed that she didn't run faster. She ran like a 22.4 something. Hey, all I know is that if Elaine Thompson-Herah can get somebody that is a quick starter on her outside, whether that's Marie-Josee, which is a little bit slower as a starter than Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, or Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce on the outside, she's got somebody to key off of, because she's right there and say, hey, I got to get out, and by 60 to 80 meters, I got to be now closing up on them, because now Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce has got superior speed endurance training, not superior as in superior to her, but it's just like, okay, she's got that speed endurance training. I got to be right there with her. I saw Shanae Miller-Uibo close in and home missile on Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. So I know she has a weakness. If I can get on that weakness, I can get it. That is going to be her biggest competitor right here from a standpoint of the speed, right? Then Shericka Jackson. I'm going to cover Gabby Thomas in a second. Shericka Jackson. I think Jackson is going to be out and out the biggest competitor in the 200. She came down from the 400. She's got better speed than Shanae Miller-Uibo. She would on paper seem like she's a big competitor, but something tells me Shanae Miller-Uibo might just go for the 400. She might run the first round in the 200, and then she might see how she feels, and then she drops out. This is what I'm thinking. What do you guys think? Do you agree with that? Would you do that as a coach or a manager, or even Shanae Miller-Uibo, to see how you do to the first rounds? Because she could have been, rumor was it that she was injured or something was going on, or however that goes. If you go through both of those rounds for them and see how you feel, and say, you know what, I feel really good in the 400, I'm gonna stick to that. Or I feel really good in the 200, I'm gonna stick to this. I don't want to jeopardize my wrist. What would you do with that? Leave me your comments and your thoughts below. Now, with that being said, Shericka Jackson, she's gonna be a tough cookie. I can't even lie about this one. This is gonna be a tough cookie for the defending champion to get around. Now, Jackson is most likely going to be going through the rounds, the prelims, and the semis of the 4x1. That's going to be her advantage, though. But I think Jackson was trying to go against this. This ain't going to be a full breakdown of each person. That's going to be another video. This is mainly about how Elaine Thompson-Herah can win. But she's going to be going through the rounds, so I'm going to focus on this part. She's been going through the rounds of the 4x1, being that she's the slower athlete there. And more the star power is going to go with Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. It would be weird to see her in the prelims. If I see her in the prelims, it's going to be like how Usain Bolt ran the prelims, and I'm just like, that ain't a good sign. So, plus it's like, hey, this is your last Olympics. Why would you want to go out put more work in your legs? Elaine Thompson-Herah, it would be pretty weird for me to see her there too, on account of now she just put in that 10.71 on a slow track. So, but it's going to be politics behind the scenes, the coaching camps and everything. They're going to be fighting. I wouldn't be surprised if Jackson and Fraser-Pryce not doing it. But if Elaine Thompson-Herah is not going through those rounds and Shericka Jackson is, oh, she's got less to worry about. Jenna Prandini, nothing to worry about. She kind of closes up on the field. All Thompson-Herah got to do, she can close up on the field too. All she's got to do is be right next to her, slight ahead. She got it. Now, Gabby Thomas. Now, the question mark here with Gabby Thomas is, just like with freaking Elaine Thompson-Herah, would be thinking, can she pull off that near once in a lifetime or once in the championship drive where she closed her eyes and she was just driving to the line and should have broke 21-6, but then she celebrated early. I don't know what she was thinking, but instead of celebrating after the line, you never see a Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce just go like, yeah, I'm gonna celebrate before a Carmelita Jetta. Rarely. When that 4x1, when they broke the world record, she kind of did. I was like, okay, man. But most of the time you see them run through the line. Now with Gabby Thomas, can she reproduce, and not by the time, but I'm talking about, can she do it again in that same adrenaline rush type of thing, close on that last 50 meters how she did before? Is that a consistent thing? I've only seen her do that once. I've never seen her do it before out of any race that I've seen her in. And I didn't get a chance to see it after because she pulled out of the race. And that's actually common. It doesn't mean she got cold feet. But in this case, Elaine Thompson-Herah will be like, oh yeah, this chick got cold feet. She got cold feet. She couldn't even come to face me or miller-uibo or anybody else. She didn't want to come and face us in these other tune-up races in between. She just said, nope, chicken. Gabby Thomas, chicken. She backed out. Elaine Thompson-Herah, your head, your ego should be more confident now that one of your biggest competitors backed out. She didn't want to go to international competition to test herself. So the first time she's going to have it is at the championships. Elaine Thompson-Herah, you ain't got nothing to worry about. Now, Shanae Miller-Uibo. Very interesting. Like I said, it's going to depend on if she goes through the rounds. If she sticks to the 200, and if she has both of the rounds in the 200 and the 400, I'm even more confident with the 400s in her legs that she ain't going to be able to challenge the rest of the field, right? Dina Asher-Smith, she looked like some freaking washing machine was shaking her at the British Championships. I don't know what was going on. She was shaking left to right. She could barely stay in her lane in the 100. Go watch that race when she thought she ran the a 10.71 and then they rounded it up to 10.98. I was like, whoa, that was a huge one, man. Those timers, they really just, man, they were trolling. That I call that the timers trolling at that point. Whatever happened with that system. Dana Asher-Smith looked like she was going through a washing machine with that. So, I mean, she has like a month. She had a month to really prepare. So we're going to see where it goes. But Elaine Thompson-Herah, once again, Dina Asher-Smith, sweetie, you can run pretty, but can you run as fast as Elaine Thompson-Herah? And that's going to be the thing right here. Let's look at her PR to PR. Now, her personal best right here, 21.88. I am confident that she might be able to run that or faster. I'm confident that she can come out there and reproduce. Dina Asher-Smith run more 200s than she's run 100s from what I've seen. Now, personal best here, 21.66. Now, if she's in that 10.71 range, right? If she's in that 10.71 range, she was able to do a 21.66 at the Beijing World Championships, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but she was able to do this 21.66 in Beijing in 2015, right? And she's got this 10.7, and she wasn't even as fast as the 10.7 right there. Oh, yes, best believe that she's got something in store for the rest of us, and she's right there. Do not doubt the defending champion. Did I make the case right here for you guys? Did I make a good enough case that she's out here ready to take the skulls off in either the 1 or the 200 or both in the 200 and then help set a world record in the 4x1? Have I made the case for you guys? If I haven't, let me know, and let me know the reasons why. Don't just be like, hey, you're an idiot. You're a dumb idiot. You're a stupid idiot. That'll never happen. Come on, explain the thing, because I'm gonna come down there and I'm trash you in the comment section if you just say something like that. Now, if you say some constructive criticism, I might sound like I'm angry or something. It's just because you don't hear my voice, and it's that type of thing. But here, was I a little bit entertaining for you guys today? And on the next video, I'm gonna try to do a breakdown of the 100 on the men's and the women's, the 200 men and women, and then I'm gonna go up to the 400, and then I'm gonna bring in the 800. But I'm not going to put it in that order because some people might not watch the video. I want y'all to see the 800 because the 800 is basically a sprint at this point. Some of you might not think that because some people can sit and kick. Best believe if the 400 was all in one lane, you see this in the 4x4. People are sitting and kicking off of each other's shoulders. You would see a similar thing break down in the 400 if everybody cut into one lane. So with that being, ooh, I just saw something weird with my fish. But with that being said, like, comment, subscribe, leave your comments below. What do you think? Do you agree, disagree? Because we got to put some respect on Queen Thompson-Herah's name, and King whoever is about to win in the 100. That's what we're going to be doing in the future. But we got to put some respect on their name. And let me find a good picture to go out on right here, because we gotta do that. We gotta do that. Well, this isn't the best picture to go out on, but we gotta do that for it. Okay. Peace. Check you out on the next one.